This is Christamar reporting for Time.com. About a week before the big global talks on climate change got started on the beaches of Bali this month, I visited another part of Indonesia, a remote province called Riau on Sumatra. Riau is a sleepy kind of place, but it's also a hub for Indonesia's fast-growing palm oil industry. Palm oil comes from palm fruit like this, and it's mostly used for cooking oil, but it's recently become a popular ingredient for biofuel, specifically in biodiesel. High oil prices and the West's growing appetite for cleaner burning gas have sent palm oil prices here through the roof. On Riau's main highway, I met this woman who buys palm fruit off small farmers and sells them to local palm oil companies. She used to just take care of her own palm trees, but now that the price of palm oil has nearly doubled, she makes a few extra bucks as a middleman for her and her family. But I also saw another side to the boom. Plantations, after all, need space. Forests are being cleared here, and some peatlands like this one, basically a wet, dense pile of old forest layers that naturally trap carbon, are being drained, cleared, and burned to make way for palm trees. Indonesia is sending a lot of carbon into the atmosphere in the process. So much, in fact, that it's helped make it the third largest greenhouse gas emitting nation in the world, after the U.S. and China. Greenpeace has been camped out in Riau since October, trying to alert the West that their quote-unquote green fuels are actually making climate change worse. I followed a few Greenpeace workers through the palm plantation they've camped out next to take a look at the forest they say is next on the chopping block. Logging is also a problem here, and though we didn't see anyone, we did bump into this camp and we could hear the chainsaws close by. Now, Jakarta knows it has a problem on its hands. The government says burning old peatland and clearing tropical forests is illegal, but areas like this are so far off the map that federal laws are hard to enforce. Nick, who has been living at the camp and is an IT worker by day, has been a Greenpeace volunteer for 4 years in Jakarta. He says the government needs to do more to make its own laws work if it expects ordinary Indonesians to follow them.
So if the government is has ignorance, so it will be followed by the people, because the people will see, oh, our government is like that, so I don't care too about that. So why should I think about that if the government don't think about it? Yeah.
But out in Riau, not everyone sees it like Nick does. When I drove by the Greenpeace headquarters here, the building was plastered in signs put up by local activists who don't appreciate the NGO's attempt to put a stop to this business. Palm oil is, after all, bringing in cash. The main highway is clogged with trucks carrying oil. There are new houses on the streets. Yes, some people have lost out, but others are living a better life than they used to. And so it's parts of the world like these, areas that can't afford to say no to industry, but can't afford to say yes to them either, that make lofty talks like Bali so tough. It's also what makes bringing that talk down to earth so important.